Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ, and a lot of movement on our recruiting board because we're now at that point in the season where I said I'm only going to make changes to my recruiting board only once. We're going to make it difficult because I don't want to have an advantage over the computer with recruiting. So I'm a 2-star school right now, so I'm not going to go after anybody that is 200 ranked or above. So everybody below 200 is all for, I can go for them, but anybody above 200 I'm not going to go for them. So let's just check out our commits here. So Red Johnson, a 3-star middle linebacker, we definitely need him, especially since Lewis Parker is a senior. So if you look at his stats, he's pretty damn good. I mean, 72 overall coming in as a freshman, so he's going to help us out. Derek Kelly, a center, he's a number 5 center, but he's only 67 overall, mainly because he turned out to be a bust. Monroe Watkins commits to us, 3-star receiver out of New York. Darren Colt, a cornerback out of, where did that say, Chicago, Illinois. He's decent as well, 82 man coverage. He's probably got to get that zone up a little bit, so we'll probably look to redshirt him. Justin Johnson actually commits to Boston College, so let's remove him from the board. And then Brian Rodriguez, that 1-star tackle we found. So look at this, man. Our recruiting board looks like this right now. We're going to add a couple of prospects to the board. So Caden Joseph is our top quarterback. We definitely got to make sure, now that my quarterbacks are getting hurt, like Ashton Cohen's getting hurt, I got to make sure I got at least 2 capable quarterbacks, ones that can actually win me games, ones that are both starter caliber that, you know, can sub in whenever. Like, one gets hurt, then the other one's got to come in. So Caden Joseph, 86 throw accuracy, that's something that we've been looking for sure. Bowie Thong, we're top of his board too. He's a 3-star out of Chicago. We almost got him locked up. Raphael Wheeler, we're still behind a 1300. He's 78 overall, but man, we got to still try to get him. We got to keep him on the board. Raheem Shaw, a cornerback, he's pretty decent as well, 85 man coverage, but 68 zone. I mean, he is pretty bad at zone. So the other guys, Joseph Buxton's locked us out, so we're down by 3,000. We got to get rid of him. Delphi Olage Jr., we're down 3,000 by him too, so we got to remove him. Arnold Kennedy, we're in the lead for him. Tyler Haas, we got to keep him on the board. Steven Ramsey, he's locked out as well, so we're down by 5,000 for him. And then Cole Kugler's down here still. We're in the lead for him, so he's a 68 overall. Sebastian Miller, way behind on him. Let's just remove him from the board. And then Jay Woodard, another receiver. I don't have any points on him, probably because, wait, I haven't even scouted him yet. Okay, so he's a 63 overall. I don't know if he'll touch the field with all the receivers that I have, so let's just add some guys to the board. Let's see. So outside linebacker, we don't really need that too much. We do need quarterbacks though. We need to get better at the quarterback position. Defensive tackle, ooh, he's a JUCO too, but actually I do have a bunch of D tackles, and I'm lining up a freshman next year to start at D tackle. So remember, I'm leaving the guys that are in the top 200. I probably want to make it 300 just because you know, I'm still a 2-star school. The chances of me landing one of those top guys pretty slim to none. So I don't see anybody else. Let's move on to Wisconsin. So here in Wisconsin, here's the guys I'm sorting by percent lock. If you don't know what that is, it's basically the percentage that they're close to committing to a school. So if we look at this guy, Jerron Fulton, he's a junior. Looks like he's gonna be a JUCO junior, comes in, throw power at B. He's slow, but I could take him. 73 overall, you never know, he might rise up a little bit. So if we keep going down the line, another JUCO there. These guys aren't that good, and plus the percentage lot goes up. So let's just move on to the next state. So we're actually going to move on to all the states here. So I want to make it so top 300. So I can't go after the top 300. So this guy's just outside of 300. He's a freshman. Lionel Thomas, he's pretty good, 72 overall, 6'2", 217. I like his size, so let's add him to the board. Let's keep going down the line, see if we see anybody. Dan Harris, he's 458. I like him right here. Concord, Missouri, I like his skills right there. He's a safety, so you never know, I could always use the safety. If we keep going down, I'm just looking for somebody that may look pretty good as far as speed or just pure skills. Another receiver, JUCO receiver. I don't see too many guys. Jamal Carter, or Parker, that is. Let's just keep going here. A halfback. I don't really need halfbacks. You know what? I maybe could use a halfback though, just because I know that Alex Brown got hurt last game, and putting Jimmy Ward as the full-time starter, it worked out. But it seemed like I still didn't need that second guy off the bench, that third-string running back, and Keon Singleton is just not. He's a good JUCO, but he's just not there. I don't think he's not a good JUCO. He's a good transfer, but he's just not there all the way with his skills. So let's just keep adding some guys. So we end up with these guys that are 0 points right now. Those are the guys we just added to the board. So going down the line, Karen Sampson, cornerback out of Naples, North Naples, Florida, 69 overall. He's got some pretty good speed and some good man coverage and zone actually. I think he can use a year of redshirting, but I like him. I'm going to keep him on the board. But this is the guy that I really like, Patrick Williams. Look at that. We found another gem. 84 speed, 86 excel, 84 throw power, and 75 throw accuracy. So he actually has some running back skills too. If you look, he has some elusiveness to him. So he's definitely a guy that can run the ball. Ashton Cohen can run the ball a little bit, but he's not too mobile. He's just good enough to get it done. So Patrick Williams, I think we're going to go after him. He's only 5'11", 181, but he's definitely somebody that I can move to the top of the board. So let's put him up there. Let's keep going down the line. Dan Harris, 77 overall. He's going to be a true freshman. Look at him, 91 speed, 90 excel. He can tackle, man. 83 tackling, 76 hit power, 75 pursuit. His zone coverage, he's got to work on a little bit, but he can move around the field. Look at that, 95 agility. So I can imagine him stuffing a lot of runs. I can imagine blitzing him a lot like I do with Paul Miller. Paul Miller just happens to be one of those guys that we recruited as a JUCO, and he ended up just being a better tackler than what I thought. I thought he would be a coverage guy because he has 96 speed, 95 speed, but he actually can cover, tackle pretty well. So let's move Dan Harris up as well. I like him at 77 overall. That's pretty damn good. Now going down to Willie Stanley. He's a pretty decent safety as well, so he might be a fallback plan just in case I forgot his name already, Dan Harris. Keep going down. So Kenneth Carpenter, another safety. And some of these guys, you never know. I can possibly convert them to linebackers. So especially with some of the guys that I don't know too much about, like I don't know how I'm going to replace Lewis Parker when he leaves. I don't know how I'm going to place other guys. So we'll see how the season goes on. You never know. Somebody might just dip in production. Donnie Taylor's another guy, outside linebacker. I need to add at least one linebacker. So he's 61 outside linebacker ranked. He's got pretty good moves there. I mean, it's all right. Tom Gray, a quarterback. I just put one on here just to throw him in. A tackle, I definitely need one of these. He's got 79 pass block, which is pretty high for what I have on my team right now. So I'm actually going to move him up a little bit just because it's a need, and it's definitely somebody that I can use down the road. And then Mike Smith as an athlete. He looks like a running back. I don't really know if I have room on the team for him, but I mean, hey, I might as well keep him. So this is what the final board is going to look like. And remember, I'm not going to add any more prospects to the board at all. So this is what it's going to be for the rest of the season. So Caden Joseph is going to be our #1 recruit left. And he's got accuracy, but this is going to be quite the battle here. If I get Caden Joseph to commit and Patrick Williams to commit, it's going to be quite a battle in camp. Look at them. They're both little guys too. 5'11", 215, 5'11", 181. One's from Florida, others from Georgia. So they have that Florida-Georgia rivalry. But one's got the accuracy, one's got the speed. I mean, that is just like a match made in heaven for a quarterback's coach, because you want to see all the weapons you have on the field. So Dan Harris is going to be our 3rd recruit. I'm going to move him up above our other recruits here. So Raphael Wheeler, I really want him to be the top recruit, but I'm so far behind. I'm going to keep the points on him. Hopefully I still get into a recruiting battle with him. But I mean, look at this. I mean, they're pretty close, and week 11 is coming up for us. So maybe we'll get a bunch of points on the visit. We'll see. Dan Harris at the 3rd spot, Matt Wesley at the 4th spot, just because I do need a tackle, and nobody's really going after him at this point. He's 19% locked. You do see Texas State down at the bottom. Looks like they're trying to make a move, But then Kenneth Carpenter, I can't even say his name, zone coverage at 77. I like that. I also like that he has hit power at 80, which leads me to believe that maybe he can play a little linebacker, because if he can tackle that well, 78 tackling, he can actually tackle better than a lot of people on my team right now. So Bowie Thon is going to be 6 as a receiver. I like that he's got speed, so he's definitely probably going to get redshirted. We'll see how that goes, or he might be a returner. You never know. Raphael Wheeler's right there. Raheem Shaw is going to be 8th. Arnold Kennedy, Tyler Haas, Willie Stanley at 68 overall, new guy. Austin Lehman is a guy that, I'm not really sure about Austin Lehman. I don't know what he's really going to turn into. He has decent tackling, decent zone coverage, but nothing that he's great at. I mean, Karen Sampson, I got to put some points on him. So maybe I should reduce some points on somebody else, because he looks like he's going to be a serviceable cornerback, even though I don't really need too many cornerbacks. Jerron Fulton is going to be a guy that I just keep on my board, simply because I don't know how it's going to play out with the top 2 quarterbacks at the top. But if it doesn't work out, then I'll put some points on him. Donnie Taylor, outside linebacker, let's move him up a little bit. Let's just make him the first priority of the guys that don't have any points right now. But a lot of times when you keep guys with no points on your board, you still end up moving up to first, because nobody's really going after them. They're being overlooked. So we're going to keep them on the board. Then Mike Smith, it looks like he's a running back. I don't really know. He's got some tackling skills and some pursuit skills. He actually has some 67 zones, so he might be somewhat of a linebacker, but he does have running back skills that are better than his defensive skills. So we'll see. But that's going to do it for this episode, man, because I just want to show you guys recruiting this. I wanted this to be strictly a recruiting episode, just because, I haven't really shown recruiting too much this season, and it's because I've been trying to be focused on playing the games. I haven't been releasing videos like every day, but I'm getting back to it. I took maybe a day or so, I took a day or so off here and there, but I'm getting back to releasing them every day. But look, here's the visits coming up. Week 11 is a big week for us, especially since we have Caden Joseph coming. Then we have Raphael Wheeler coming, and they complement each other. I believe they have complementary visits, since one's an offensive line, one's a quarterback. But then we have a couple of other offensive players coming, so it's gonna be a good week for us. Let's schedule this visit for Cole Kugler. It looks like versus Houston, he's gonna have a complimentary visit with Raheem Shaw, so let's just schedule that right there for week 12. Looks like we have our week 12 guys, our defensive guys coming week 12, offensive guys really coming week 11, and we did have a lot of scheduled ones for week 11, but a lot of these guys already committed. So like Red Johnson, I think, was a week 11 schedule. Monroe Watkins as well. I think Red Johnson's going to be turning into one of our best recruits, because he's going to be an 88 speed linebacker. I'm excited about him. So, he's got to get his play recognition up a little bit, 68, but maybe he's one of those guys that plays better on the field than his ratings. You never know. So, but that's going to do it for this episode, man. Hit subscribe, hit that like button. Next week, we're going up against Oklahoma State, so it's going to be a pretty good game, I got to admit. We're going on the road for 3 straight road games, so it's gonna be quite the challenge, but we're gonna be up to it. So let's get into it, man. Next episode, gameplay. Let's go. Stay tuned.